All right, so here we go. We are on assignment 2 now, and with that, we're beginning our pre-writing organizer. Assignment 1 on our informative writing project was the brainstorming, which we'd kind of done a little bit before we actually got into the slides, but here we are again. Now remember, when you go to share these, you will hit share, you will hit make sure it's not restricted. If you see restricted on who can view it, click that, make sure and select Fort Smith Public Schools. Below that, you'll hit copy link, and then you can go into Schoology, hit the submission button and create, drop the link in there, submit it, and then we'll have it, which works for all these assignments that we're working with the slides. But here we go with assignment 2, pre-writing organizer. Again, we had 3 different kinds of essays we're working with. The first one we're going to work with right now is problem solution. Again, when you click on it in Schoology, you'll have make a copy, click that. All right, when it finally pops up, remember up here in the corner to take out where it says copy of whatever and put your name in there, but leave pre-writing organizer. That way you and we know which file you're dealing with there on that. So as we open this up, there's a few things to be aware of. One, we do not start by writing our thesis. Okay, we're going to wait because we have to do the next parts to know what we're talking about. So if you have your problem, remember, we're going to say 3 reasons it's a problem. 1 reason it's a problem, another reason it's a problem, another. And we're not actually writing out the full paragraph, just put your ideas down for what the problem is. Once you've done those 3, then you go over to the next slide. Now we're dealing with solutions. And remember, there's 2 ways to tackle the solution to a problem in this essay. We could say, here's a big solution, and then first reason it works, second reason it works, third reason it works. Or if you would rather do it this way, you could say, here are 3 solutions. So I'd say the first solution is this is why it works. The next reason, or the next solution is this is why it works. And then finally, this is the third solution, and this is why it could work. And so that's how you'll go through filling this out. I don't know how long it'll take you, but that's what we're working on right now. The conclusion, again, we're not going to deal with that dude yet. We're just going to wait on that because we kind of need a whole lot of other things to happen. Now, after you filled in these boxes, you have the information you need for your thesis. Thesis includes the topic, and you're going to, in a roundabout way, state which kind of essay it is, and then you're going to give your support. So in this case, with the problem solution, you'll say to some effect, a problem is this, whatever your topic is, but there are solutions which are, and you're going to list your solutions. I mean, that's simple, a simple pattern for the sentence. Now, we can spice it up and make it different later on if we want to, but right now I have that thesis that says this is a problem, and here are the 3 solutions. Or if it's one big solution, you can just put the one big solution and explain it out further later on. But that's what our thesis statement is. So you'll also need to type that in. Once you've done that, once you have all your problem boxes filled out, you have your thesis box filled out after that, you will go to submit it, and the submission process is the same. You'll click share. Make sure that it is not restricted. Change it if it is restricted. Copy the link, go to Schoology, click on the submissions, the create, add your link there, submit it, and we got what we need then. Don't send it by email or any other way, by the way. So next up, we have our compare contrast organizer. So our compare contrast organizer, and again, we hit copy. Be sure your name's before pre-writing organizer so we know who it is and we know what the file is. But when we go there, we'll have this kind of information. Hit slideshow so it's bigger. Okay, again, we're rating on thesis. We're going to do these 3. So whatever your 2 main topics are, like I did apples and oranges, I'm going to say One way that they're similar, apples and oranges are similar. Another way, apples and oranges are similar. And then a third way, apples and oranges are similar. Next, I'm going to say a way that apples and oranges are different. A different way apples and oranges are different. And a different way apples and oranges are different. And when we get to the end and we're done with all this, I mean, I'm telling you guys, the essay part's going to be very easy. We're going to skip the conclusion for right now. We'll deal with that later because I feel there's a lot of other things we need to handle first. So as we go back after we filled out those 6 boxes, similarities and differences, we're going to go back and deal with the thesis statement now. Now remember, the thesis statement needs to serve a few functions. You have to state your topic. So, and in this case, because you're doing compare and contrast, you're going to say these 2 things. So for me, it'd be like apples and oranges have many similarities, but they also have differences. It's best to go ahead and list those. Apples and oranges have many similarities, such as being fruit, having vitamins, and oh gosh, I don't know. They're used in fruit salad. They're popular fruits. That's all I'll say. I don't know. Those 3 things. But they have differences such as their shape, their colors, their texture, okay? And so 3 of each, list them both in your thesis statement would be best. Then your reader knows, and that's going to be the order you write in. And really, your whole essay is just making a sentence for each of those things you talked about. Once again, we'll submit it, we'll share, make sure it's not restricted, go to Schoology, create, put your link there. The final time is going to be, if I can make it work here, the final type is the descriptive. Once again, you're going to, here we go. Your subtopic. If it's George Washington, one area of his life, subtopic is being a general. And I'm going to list 3 things I'm going to talk about him being a general. Next up, him being a president. 3 things about him being a president. I go back to my thesis statement. There I'm going to say something about George Washington. George Washington was an important historical figure who was a general and a president. So list the 2 subtopics with the main topic in your thesis. Submit that, dude. That's where we finish for today. Have a good one.